Morning, everybody. I wanted to talk to you about real quick with our factoring the possibility of a problem where it's not set equal to zero already for you. I think we talked about this real briefly early on last week, but I want to kind of show you an example real quick of one where it's not already set equal to zero for you. You're going to have to set it equal to zero and then factor after that. Okay. So essentially, again, our goal is to have one side set equal to zero. We said our process, again, is check to see if it's set equal to zero, see if there's any greatest common factors you can take out, and then go through our factoring process. Okay, if it's got two terms, you're thinking maybe it's our difference of squares, so you may have to add the 0x in the middle. If it's got three terms, you're just going to your AC method, and then using our kind of magic method after that. Okay, so again, I know I'm going to be using or having to move something if it's not already set equal to zero. So for this one, the majority of my stuff is over here on the left side. I also like having this a value or whatever is my x squared positive, so this side's positive. So I'm going to go ahead and try to move this -6. There's only one number on the right side, so it's probably easier to move that. I'm going to move that -6 to the other side to get this set equal to 0. Okay? So again, any normal kind of mathematical process, if I'm adding, again, if I'm trying to get rid of this thing, I'm going to have to do the opposite. So right now I'm going to say add 6 to both sides. Cancels the 6 out, so that gives me a 0 on the right. On the left side, I've got 2x squared. The 7x and the 6 can't be combined because they're not like terms. The 7 has an x with it, the 6 does not, so I have minus 7x plus 6. Okay. Once I have it set equal to 0, now this becomes our regular factoring problem. Or first, you got to check to see if there's greatest common factor. So here I've got a 2, a 7, and a 6. The 2 and 6 can both be divided by 2, but the 7 can't. So at this point, I know there's no greatest common factor. So now I'm going to do my AC, kind of multiply my first term times my last term. 2 times 6 gets me 12. We then list its factors, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. The problem with our factors right now is all these factors being positive don't get me to a negative 7x. So we say here, if I've got a positive 12, we can either do positive times positive or negative times negative. So that means I would have to make both of these negative. When I look through my list, this would add to get me negative 13, negative 2 and negative 6 get me negative 8, negative 3 and negative 4 do get me my negative 7 that I wanted to have. So then I go to my two parentheses. My first term, whatever number it had, is coming down with its variable. I have my two factors, negative 3 and negative 4, put into my parentheses. Okay. Again, at this point, I'm going to separate these into two problems, putting them equal to 0. So I have 2x minus 3 equals 0, 2x minus 4 equals 0. We'd add the 3 to both sides. This part you guys have done awesome. The solving piece. Divide by 2, so I'd have x equals 3 over 2 on this side. On the right side, again, I'm going to get rid of this constant or the number by itself first, so I'd add 4 to both sides. So I have 2x equals 4. Divide by 2, so you have x equals 2. So again, my two x values that work. If I plug those in, it should get me that 0 that I'm looking for. So x equals 3 halves or x equals 2. Okay. Again, just briefly wanted to kind of walk you through one of those. And also just dealing with when you have a problem that's not set equal to 0, what exactly we do with that. Okay. Again, as usual, ask questions if you got them. But otherwise, I will see you guys in a little bit.